Have you ever wondered what kind of person history remembers, not only as a fearless warrior, but also as a symbol of wisdom, justice, humility, and unwavering faith? Across more than 14 centuries of Islamic civilization, one name continues to inspire hearts wherever the story of Islam is told: Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A. His life was not defined by the pursuit of power or worldly fame, but by complete devotion to Allah, steadfast loyalty to Prophet Muhammad, and an unshakable commitment to truth even during the most difficult moments. What Islam's 1,400-year history says about Ali, R.A., is far greater than the tale of a courageous man carrying a sword into battle. It is the story of a believer whose strength came from faith before force, whose wisdom guided generations, and whose sacrifices helped preserve the foundations of the Muslim community. Born into the noble tribe of Quraysh and raised in the household of Prophet Muhammad, Ali, R.A., experienced the message of Islam from its earliest days. As a young boy, he embraced the truth of Islam without hesitation, becoming one of the first people to believe in the revelation sent by Allah. At a time when accepting Islam meant facing ridicule, persecution, and danger, his decision reflected extraordinary courage that far exceeded his years. While many powerful leaders rejected the message, this young believer stood firmly beside the Prophet, proving that true bravery begins with conviction rather than physical strength. As the years passed, the challenges facing the early Muslims became increasingly severe. The believers endured social boycotts, relentless persecution, and constant threats simply because they worshipped Allah alone. Throughout these hardships, Ali, R.A., remained loyal, never abandoning the Prophet or questioning the mission entrusted by Allah. His patience and determination became examples for every believer who faced trials with faith instead of fear. Among the most remarkable moments of his early life came during the historic migration from Mecca to Medina. When the enemies of Islam surrounded the Prophet's house with the intention of ending his life, an extraordinary act of sacrifice unfolded. Ali, R.A., willingly slept in the Prophet's bed, fully aware that those waiting outside believed the Prophet remained inside and might attack before dawn. He accepted this immense risk without hesitation, placing complete trust in Allah above concern for his own safety. This unforgettable event demonstrated that genuine courage is measured not by the absence of danger, but by unwavering obedience to Allah when every worldly reason encourages retreat. That single night became one of the defining moments in Islamic history, revealing the depth of Ali's faith and loyalty. Yet this remarkable sacrifice was only the beginning of a journey that would test his character through battles, responsibility, leadership, and decisions whose consequences would echo across generations, leaving the Muslim world on the edge of moments that would forever shape its history. As the Muslim community grew stronger in Medina, the responsibilities carried by Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., also increased, and every challenge became another opportunity to demonstrate that true courage is guided by faith, discipline, and complete reliance upon Allah. Islam's 1,400-year history remembers him not only for his remarkable strength in battle, but also for his calm judgment, sincere humility, and unwavering commitment to justice. Whenever the believers faced moments of uncertainty, Ali, R.A., stood among those whose confidence was rooted in the promise of Allah rather than in numbers or worldly advantage. During the Battle of Badr, the first major confrontation between the Muslims and the Quraysh, he displayed extraordinary bravery despite the overwhelming odds. The Muslim army was small and poorly equipped, yet their determination was strengthened by faith, and Ali, R.A., became one of the most courageous defenders of Islam on that historic day. His actions reflected discipline instead of recklessness, reminding future generations that real victory belongs to those who combine courage with obedience to Allah. In the Battle of Uhud, when confusion spread across the battlefield and many believers struggled to regroup, Ali, R.A., remained steadfast beside Prophet Muhammad. risking his own life to protect the Messenger of Allah during one of the most difficult moments in early Islamic history. His loyalty never weakened, even when danger surrounded him from every direction, proving that true devotion is measured by steadfastness during hardship rather than comfort during peace. His courage became even more widely remembered during the Battle of Khaybar, where the Muslims faced a powerful fortress that seemed impossible to overcome. According to authentic Islamic traditions, Prophet Muhammad declared that he would give the banner to a man who loved Allah and his messenger and was loved by Allah and his messenger. The following day, Ali, R.A., received that honor. Despite suffering from an eye illness, he was blessed by the Prophet's supplication, regained his strength, and advanced with complete trust in Allah. His leadership during that campaign became one of the most celebrated examples of bravery in Islamic history, not because of personal glory, but because every effort was devoted to establishing justice and protecting the Muslim community. Yet his greatness was never limited to the battlefield. Ali, R.A., became renowned for his deep understanding of the Quran, his wisdom in resolving disputes, and his fairness in dealing with people from every background. He reminded believers that knowledge without humility loses its value, and that strength without justice becomes oppression. People sought his advice because they recognized sincerity in his words and honesty in his actions. However, as Islam continued to expand across Arabia, new challenges emerged that could not always be defeated with sword alone. Political tensions, difficult decisions, and internal trials began to test the unity of the Muslim community in ways no battlefield ever had. The greatest examination of Ali's life was drawing closer, and the choices he would soon face would require even greater courage than the victories that had already secured his place among the most respected companions in Islamic history. The final chapters of the life of Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., reveal that the greatest victories are not always won on the battlefield, but within the heart of a believer who refuses to abandon truth despite overwhelming trials. After years of serving Islam with unwavering loyalty, Ali, R.A., accepted the immense responsibility of leadership during one of the most challenging periods in the history of the Muslim Ummah. The community was facing political disagreements, painful divisions, and difficult decisions that tested the patience and faith of every believer. Although many people expected easy solutions, Ali, R.A., understood that justice demanded wisdom, restraint, and absolute sincerity before Allah. He remained committed to the principles taught by Prophet Muhammad, refusing to allow anger, personal ambition, or revenge to guide his judgment. His leadership demonstrated that true strength is measured by integrity during times of conflict rather than comfort during times of peace. Throughout every challenge, he continued to encourage righteousness, fairness, and obedience to Allah, reminding Muslims that unity is preserved through justice and sincere faith. His knowledge of the Quran and the Sunnah, combined with his humility and compassion, made him one of the most respected scholars and leaders of the early Islamic world. Even those who differed with him recognized his remarkable intelligence, courage, and devotion to the truth. His life proved that a believer's greatest weapon is not physical power alone, but unwavering trust in Allah and a heart that remains firm upon righteousness. Eventually, Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., met martyrdom, leaving this world with a legacy that would continue to inspire Muslims for generations. His passing marked the end of an extraordinary chapter in Islamic history, yet his example never faded. More than 14 centuries later, millions continue to study his life, learn from his wisdom, admire his courage, and reflect upon his sacrifices. What Islam's 1,400-year history says about Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., is that genuine greatness belongs to those who dedicate every ability, every sacrifice, and every moment of their lives to seeking the pleasure of Allah rather than the praise of people. His story reminds every Muslim that faith requires courage, patience, humility, knowledge, and unwavering perseverance regardless of how difficult the path becomes. Whenever believers face fear, injustice, or uncertainty, The life of Ali, R.A., stand as a timeless reminder that Allah never abandons those who remain sincere in their obedience. His character teaches that leadership is a trust, knowledge is a responsibility, courage is guided by wisdom, and true honor comes only through devotion to Allah. The lessons of his remarkable journey continue to illuminate hearts across every generation, proving that the values established during the earliest days of Islam remain as powerful today as they were 14 centuries ago. May we strive to follow the noble example of Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., by strengthening our faith, serving others with justice and compassion, and placing our complete trust in Allah in every circumstance of life. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.